Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Kay Kritiques, where we discuss all things South African television. And in today's video we are recapping and reviewing Law, Love and Betrayal Season 1 Episode 6, titled Against Good Morals. So in this episode we pick up right where we left off in the previous episode. Gatsha is in shock after Gugu's revelation that I am your daughter, and that's expected. We were all shocked. I was also shocked. But after the shock wears off, he starts now talking about, oh, you're just another stray. You're just after my money. Why did you even come to work here? You worked with Anelisa. You trapped her just so that she can get close to me, blah, blah, blah. Why did you bring that case here? It's because you're after my money and you want to extort me. And Gugu actually tells the story of how she was conceived, that her mom gave him a lift. He was late for a conference. They spent that week together at the conference. The mother never saw Gatsha ever again, never ever approached him. It's like, my mom actually didn't want me to come after you. My mom didn't want me to know you, and she kept you away from me. And now I understand, because Gatsha was saying very, very hurtful thing. Okay, so in this episode, there wasn't really a big case that was going on. There were two storylines that were going on in conjunction with each other. On the other hand, we have the Double D storyline, and then on this other hand, we have the party that everybody's organizing for Mr. G Zugaja. There's a party that's being thrown in order to honor him, and Fez is organizing everything. Now, after this bombshell that Gugu just dropped, obviously Gatsha is in a grumpy mood, and Fez starts to speculate that maybe, just maybe, Gatsha and Gugu are having a secret relationship. They're having an office rendezvous. Ayanda does not take that well at all. Obviously, she doesn't like where this is going, and she's seen how her father was. She's witnessed her father being in a relationship with her mother. She's witnessed her father being in a relationship with Andile and witnessed him dating people, and she doesn't like it. Already, she doesn't like Gugu because the dad seems to favor him. But if he's favoring Gugu because you're sleeping with him, it would piss Ayanda off even more. But obviously, they don't know the full story. Ayanda is a bit pissed, obviously, with Gatsha in a grumpy mood. He actually starts talking to his friend and looks at it and thinks there might be a possibility that she actually might be my daughter. Why? Because she reminds me of a younger version of me. And he's actually now thinking of the idea in his head of, what if Gugu actually is my daughter? Now let's get on to Double D. He comes to fetch his money. Obviously, they don't have it. Ayanda didn't give Gugu the advance. Thabo doesn't have a plan. Gugu, being the lawyer that she is, and I'm wondering, she grew up in the hood. How can she do this? She decides she's going to threaten a loan shark, that she's going to get him arrested. You know how these things work. Just because you studied law doesn't mean that things are going to change and that rules are going to change just because now you have more information and you know better. Thabo is the one who decided to take on the debt, and now you need to play by Double D's rules. It's that simple. When you agreed to take on that debt, you agreed to play by Double D's rules. Can't now change the rules and say, oh no, we're not going to pay you. We're going to have you arrested. And guess what Double D does? Beats Thabo up, as he should. Thabo should have gotten a whooping a long time ago. I'm glad actually somebody put a little 1-2 on him. I hate that it had to be Double D who did it, but I'm just glad that somebody finally beat him up. Gugu's like, okay, he beat you up, but no one is above the law. She's very stressed, and she actually asked James for advice. I will say this until it happens, because I can see that they're building up to that. The chemistry between James and Gugu. Are you kidding me right now? So she asks him for advice, and James actually helps her, and they come up with a plan that you can get him arrested, but you need other people and other witnesses to help with strengthening the case. And so Sam goes to speak to the community, and everybody in the community that this guy has terrorized actually decides that they're all gonna band together, give their testimonies and open cases so that they can be a fortified unit and they actually get Double D arrested. I didn't think it was gonna work. I thought maybe Double D was gonna get out of prison and come after them. Thabo calls her stupid. How can you get a loan shark arrested? What if he comes after us? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, at least Gugu's doing something. At least she's coming up with a plan. At least she's buying you guys more time. You're the useless one who's not coming up with a plan, yet you're the one who took on this debt. But now Gugu's the one who has to come up with a plan and do everything. There's this passive aggressive fight and tension that's going on between Thabo and Gugu. They're avoiding to actually talk about what the problem actually is, but they go around it in certain ways. So you see it when it comes out every now and again, like when they went apartment hunting, like with this Dineo situation, and now with this Double D situation. Like you see the passive aggressive nature in which they're trying to tackle things. There's a bigger fight going on, but these little fights are just showing us a smaller picture of what the bigger picture is. The bigger picture is Gugu is not happy in this relationship. Thabo is also not happy in this relationship. But because they've been together for such a long time, they're going to stay together because of the nostalgia. But Gugu feels like, this is what I think, this is my opinion, Gugu has outgrown Thabo. Thabo is stagnant and is very insecure in his relationship with the Gugu because of Gugu's success and her growth. So he's insecure, so he's gonna try and humble her and bring her down. And she's growing and she feels like, I'm getting detached from this. He's part of my old life. There's no growth, it's stagnant, and it's gonna hold me back. Whereas I want to elevate and move forward. And this is gonna be a point of contention that I feel is gonna come up in the following episodes. It's going to heat up. I really wish that they actually spoke about this of okay, how can we make a way forward? How can we move forward as a unit? Are we still happy in this relationship? Do we still want to be together? Or are we just together because our families know each other? Are we still together because we've been together for such a long time and it feels familiar? And it's just the nostalgia of we've been together this long. You don't have to stay in a relationship where you're no longer happy just because, we've been together for 10 years. No. Now back to the party. Fairs is busy with organizing this party and Ayanda's mom is invited and so is Trevor. I've been wanting to see Ayanda's mother. At some point I thought Ayanda's mother was dead. I didn't know that she was actually still alive, but we get to meet her. Ayanda's mom is there. Trevor is also there. But now, as the party is going on, and the judge, who is Judge M. Mokhoto, who is supposed to be giving the big speech at this party, gets arrested. Police show up and they arrest him. He is accused of bribery by a woman named Sonia Modiga, who is an employee who is saying that he accepts bribes in order to sway testimonies. And now that opens a bigger can of worms, because now they have to look at all his previous cases to say, every case that he ever overruled, we had to investigate. Was he bribed to give this decision? Was he bribed in order to come to certain conclusions and certain verdicts? And obviously he doesn't want to go down, because if he is arrested as a judge for this and he's arrested at GNA at a party, it's not going to look good for anybody. It's not going to look good that Gatsha's longtime friend is being accused of such, and the cases that he's worked for GNA, they're all going to be called into question. So Ayanda is trying to solve this problem without letting the father know, without letting anybody know, and trying to keep things under control. Trevor is stalling, but people are getting impatient. Judge Mokhoto actually wants to bribe Sonia and say, she's been extorting me a couple of times. I just have to pay her and this will go away. She won't bother us anymore. But they managed to wiggle out of it, where they find an email from Sonia that is actually blackmailing the judge. She was extorting him for money, saying, we slept together, but I'm gonna lie and say that you abused me, so give me money. And they also fake a phone call. they fake a recording of the lawyer who comes to arrest Judge Mokgotsa, and they're like, that recording that you have could be an AI deepfake. Can't be 100% sure that it's real, and you can't arrest somebody over something that can be faked. So that recording that you have of the judge accepting a bribe, it could be fake. And Sonia has been wanting to extort the judge for a very long time. We have proof of this. So you're gonna have to go and find new evidence. Like I said, Judge Mokgotsa said he is going to call Sonia and take care of this and actually bribe her. But he was lying, because Sonia was actually found dead in a car accident. He pulled a hit on her where he had her yet unalive. Everything is resolved at the end of the day. Sonia's dead. They don't have enough evidence to arrest the judge. They go and they're giving Gatsha this lifetime achievement award, right? We see Gugu saying she's not gonna come to the party because she doesn't have anything to wear, and James actually sends out a delivery. I'm assuming that it is for Gugu to actually have something to wear. I don't know. But we see Gugu in a new dress, in a new weave. I was like, ooh, not the glow up, because my girl is usually just walking around with her bald head. It was nice to see her all dolled up, all girlied up. The hair was on fleek. I love the bob. I just love, Gugu is very, very beautiful. So I just love seeing her dolled up. James is stunned. James is like, wow, you're so beautiful. And they're walking in together. And Gatsha is stunned as well. The running theory or the running rumor in the office is that Gatsha and Gugu are having a secret relationship. And Fez is the one who is pioneering this rumor, going around telling people that, yeah, Gugu and Gatsha, something's going on there. So obviously when Ayanda sees Gatsha's expression as soon as Gugu walks in, and Gugu is walking hand in hand with James into the event. Now you have to remember that Ayanda and James are hooking up. They're F-buddies. So Ayanda is even more jealous that not only are you sleeping with my dad and having a relationship with my dad, you want to snatch my man. And yeah, that was the end of episode 6. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And let me just tell you, right now we are 6 episodes into this series. I'm loving every minute of it. And I love that you can never know what to expect next. The more things are being unveiled, the more we're learning more about the characters, their past. And I still want to know about James's past. I feel like he's the only person who we haven't really delved into, and Lwazi as well. But so far, I am loving Law, Love and Betrayal, you guys. I am loving it. I'm rooting for Gugu and James. You know me. I'm Team Gugu no matter what. I said this from episode 1 that I am Team Gugu. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know if I missed anything. What are your opinions on this episode? Like this video, share it if you care, subscribe to the channel. It really does help out with the algorithm, and I will see you guys in the next one.